In a moment that had viewers buzzing across social media, Whoopi Goldberg found herself on the receiving end of a sharp rebuttal from Greg Gutfeld after making controversial remarks about a New York City bakery. What began as a simple criticism quickly escalated into a fiery exchange on The View, with Gutfeld calling out Goldberg for what he deemed as a misplaced and overblown reaction. This intense back and forth has sparked debates about cancel culture, free speech, and the growing divide between public figures on the left and right. The bakery incident, a disagreement over customer service. It all started when Goldberg shared her thoughts on a New York City bakery that had recently come under fire for allegedly refusing to serve a customer based on their political beliefs. The bakery, known for its artisanal pastries and hipster clientele, had reportedly declined to serve a man who wore a controversial slogan on his shirt, a situation that quickly went viral. Goldberg, known for her outspoken views on social justice and her criticism of right-wing figures, seized the opportunity to weigh in on the incident. "This is exactly what's wrong with people today," Goldberg stated on The View. "We have to stop this us versus them mentality. A bakery shouldn't be making decisions based on what someone wears or believes. It's discriminatory, plain and simple." Her comments struck a chord with some, as they reflected a broader concern about divisiveness in American society. However, others, particularly conservative figures like Greg Gutfeld, saw it as an overreaction, and Gutfeld was quick to weigh in on the matter, sparking a heated exchange. Greg Gutfeld's response: a call for personal responsibility. Appearing on The Five shortly after Goldberg's remarks, Greg Gutfeld didn't mince words. "Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that a bakery's refusal to serve a customer based on his shirt is a national crisis," Gutfeld began. "This is a bakery in New York City. It's a private business. If they don't want to serve someone, that's their prerogative." Gutfeld went on to argue that Goldberg and others on the left were guilty of overblowing incidents like these, using them as examples of systemic injustice when, in reality, they were isolated occurrences. You can't cry discrimination every time something doesn't go your way. Sometimes it's just a difference of opinion, and in a free society, people are allowed to make those choices, he added. He also called out Goldberg's tendency to get caught up in these issues without fully understanding the complexity behind them. "Whoopi, you're a big advocate for free speech, except when it doesn't align with your views. So, do we only want freedom when it's convenient?" Gutfeld quipped, throwing Goldberg's own words back at her. The heated exchange on The View. Goldberg, not one to shy away from confrontation, responded to Gutfeld's remarks in a tense segment on The View. She accused him of minimizing the impact of what she called disturbing trends in American culture, where businesses and individuals are making politically motivated decisions that ultimately lead to greater division. "You're making light of this because it doesn't directly affect you," Goldberg retorted. "But it's part of a larger problem, Greg. When we allow people to pick and choose who they will and won't serve based on their politics, we're giving way to more hate and intolerance. That's the issue." Gutfeld fired back, saying, "I'm not making light of anything, Whoopi. I'm just pointing out that the bakery's decision is a personal choice, not some grand conspiracy against free speech or individual rights. And you can't legislate personal feelings. The world's not as simple as you're making it out to be." The tension in the studio was palpable as the two went back and forth, with the audience divided in their reactions. Some cheered for Goldberg's impassioned defense of equality, while others applauded Gutfeld's call for personal responsibility and common sense. Public reaction: a divided nation. As clips of the exchange went viral, viewers took to social media to share their opinions. For many on the left, Goldberg was seen as a champion for justice, speaking out against what they perceived as rising intolerance in America. "Whoopi is absolutely right," one Twitter user wrote. "We can't keep ignoring this kind of discrimination. It's just going to keep spreading." On the other side of the political spectrum, Gutfeld was praised for his defense of free speech and personal responsibility. Greg nailed it. "It's not discrimination if a business owner doesn't want to serve someone. Let people make their own choices," another user tweeted. A number of viewers, however, expressed frustration at the overall tone of the debate. "Why is everything a political battle these days?" one comment read. "It's a bakery. Can't we just talk about the issue without turning it into a massive partisan fight?" The broader debate: the rise of cancel culture and political polarization. The heated exchange between Goldberg and Gutfeld touches on a much larger conversation about cancel culture, free speech, and the way political divides are shaping public discourse. Many have pointed out that these types of disagreements, whether over a bakery's decision to refuse service or a celebrity's controversial statement, are emblematic of the growing polarization in America. The rise of cancel culture, where individuals and businesses face public backlash for perceived offenses, has only intensified this divide. While some argue that it is necessary to hold people accountable for harmful behavior, others feel that it stifles free expression and encourages a culture of fear. In this case, the bakery's refusal to serve a customer based on a shirt raised questions about the balance between individual rights and societal responsibility. Is it acceptable for businesses to deny service based on personal beliefs? Or does this kind of selective action fuel division and intolerance? Conclusion: a microcosm of larger issues. The exchange between Whoopi Goldberg and Greg Gutfeld over the New York City bakery's controversial decision serves as a microcosm of the larger cultural and political divides facing the nation. While both sides make valid points, it's clear that the underlying issue goes beyond this specific incident. At the heart of the debate is the question of how much control individuals and businesses should have over their personal and political expressions in public spaces. As the conversation continues to evolve, it's likely that this exchange between Goldberg and Gutfeld will remain a prime example of how seemingly small issues can spark large-scale debates about free speech, responsibility, and the state of American democracy.